gonna wish it, but somebody's so close to God.
I wish he'd come over here.
You ugly. I made myself ugly for you guys.
Think you're lucky to have found a designer dress at TJ Maxx for a bargain price? Be careful. What you're buying could be an elaborate scam. Are you sure you're getting a real deal? Or are you just falling into a trap cleverly designed to make you feel like you've won? In this video, we'll expose the secrets TJ Maxx doesn't want you to know, from fake designer goods to fake pricing, to psychological tricks that make you buy more without even realizing it. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to shop smarter, avoid price gouging, and choose the right products that are truly worth your money. 1. Don't believe the compare at price at TJ Maxx until you know this truth. You walk into TJ Maxx, your eyes are immediately drawn to the bold red text, compare at $129. Now only $39.99. You feel like you've just won big, like you've outsmarted the system, getting a branded item at an unprecedented low price. But wait, do you really know what you just bought? The truth is that the compare at number you just saw may be completely baseless. It's not based on the actual selling price at any store. Nowhere else has ever sold that item for $129. It's just a number attached to create the feeling that you're getting a deep discount when the real value may not even be half that. This is not a discount. It's a psychological pricing ploy that makes you feel like you're winning, even though you may be paying more than the item is actually worth. TJ Maxx isn't lying, but they're not being transparent either. They use the illusion of savings to manipulate consumer emotions. They know that when you see an item that appears to be 70% off, you suspend disbelief and act. They don't need to convince you, they just need to make you believe that bright red tag. But what is the price of this false sense of victory? It's Maxx regret, the post-purchase regret that's quietly spreading through the American consumer community. Maxx regret isn't a ploy, it's the result. It's the feeling you get when you get the item home. Take a closer look, try it on, or compare it to similar products online and realize you made a mistake. That dress doesn't look as pretty as it did in the fitting mirror, the fabric isn't as luxurious as you thought, the tailoring isn't as good, and most importantly, it never cost $129 as you were led to believe. Consumer behavior studies have shown that people who experience a good deal, feeling too easily, tend to second-guess their decision later. TJ Maxx exploits that very psychology to push you to buy faster, but leaves you facing regret later. A retail therapy group survey of more than 3,000 customers found that more than 42% of people who shopped at TJ Maxx admitted that they had not used at least half of the items they bought in the past 6 months. Of those, 64% said they were lured by the compare at price, only to realize later that it wasn't realistic. The truth is, TJ Maxx has no obligation to prove that the compare at price is real. According to trade legal experts, retail chains like TJ Maxx simply need to show that comparable prices exist elsewhere without specifying where, when, or by whom. This is a gray area that is difficult to control legally but is extremely effective in manipulating consumer behavior. And while you're being lured by the thrill of a deal, you're missing other warning signs. Poor quality fabrics, outlet-specific goods, fake labels, and countless items that look like designer goods but are actually made by third parties at a much lower cost. A classic example is the Calvin Klein dress you buy for $39.99, but the label inside says, "Made for TJX Europe," meaning the item has never been sold at a Calvin Klein store. It's not a discounted designer item. It's a product created solely to pretend to be a discounted designer item. This is the perception game that TJ Maxx has designed. They don't need to sell you a great deal. They just need you to think you're getting a great deal. And that's when you become a pawn in a massive psychological manipulation strategy. You think you control your wallet, but in reality, they control your emotions from the moment you see the red tag. Look deeper into those numbers. An item that says compare at $79.99, now $24.99, may never have been sold for 79.99 in any other store. Many items are even made exclusively for TJ Maxx and have never been sold anywhere else. How can you compare prices when you have no real point of comparison? If you're serious about saving, don't look at the percentage off. Look at the actual value. Do you need the item? Is it worth the price compared to the quality? And can you find it cheaper elsewhere? 2. The legal scam at TJ Maxx, branded goods that aren't. According to a 2016 BuzzFeed News investigation, many of the items at TJ Maxx are custom-made for the chain and have never been seen in any of its showrooms. Brands like Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, and DKNY do not directly supply these items. Instead, TJ Maxx's parent company, TJX Group, orders from third-party factories that produce branded items to a lower standard to match the discounted prices they want. This is a practice known as made-for-outlet, meaning that the products are not discounted inventory but are made specifically for retail channels like outlet or discount stores. In the case of TJ Maxx, they have taken this tactic to the next level, with a series of products bearing the Calvin Klein, Michael Kors, Tommy Hilfiger labels that are manufactured exclusively to create a sense of luxury, but without going through the quality control chain of the original brand. The most obvious signs are the words "Made for TJX Europe" or "Manufactured for TJX" printed on the product label. Many items also have internal barcodes that cannot be looked up on the official website or global database. Some other items, despite being branded, have no product records at all, simply because they were never original products. And the most dangerous thing is that we are not clearly warned. TJ Maxx does not say that this is an old stock item, but they present the product as if you are buying the exact same expensive shirt that was once sold for $129. Now, only $39.99. The Compare At number is unproven, unchecked, and unregulated. Under U.S. trade law, the chain store only needs to ensure that the number exists somewhere without specifying where. BuzzFeed journalist Sapna Maheshwari once quoted a former fashion executive, "Consumers don't buy a shirt, they buy a brand. And if you make them believe they've just saved hundreds of dollars, they don't need any other reason to swipe their card." The feeling of victory when they see a discount tag is a psychological trick that TJ Maxx exploits to its fullest. You think you're smart because you're buying a branded item at an incredibly low price. But the truth is, you're just buying a cheap product disguised as a luxury label, with much lower quality. Many high-end brands such as Coach, Kate Spade, and Hugo Boss have spoken out or secretly withdrawn from distribution chains like TJ Maxx because of concerns about their brand reputation. When the original brands refuse to supply, TJ Maxx does not stop. They replace them with look-alike products, legal knockoffs, manufactured to look like the real thing, but without the involvement of the designer, without the quality control from the brand, and most importantly, not the brand. You can easily be fooled if you do not know how to check. Try opening your closet and looking closely at the big-name items you bought at TJ Maxx. Can you find the product code on the official website? Are there matching images? Is there a clear price history? If not, then there is a high chance that you have purchased a branded item instead of a genuine one. What is more dangerous is that this not only affects your wallet, but also leads to the erosion of trust. A Harvard Business School study found that consumers who realize they have been misled about brand value tend to have less trust in the entire retail industry, which can lead to skepticism and loss of control in their shopping behavior. In short, TJ Maxx doesn't lie to you directly, they just don't tell you the whole truth. They don't promote the authenticity of their products, but they don't deny it either. They let you believe, and your emotions will complete the rest of the buying story. 3. Shopping on the wrong day at TJ Maxx is a loss. If you still believe that weekends are the golden time to visit TJ Maxx, the truth will shock you. Saturdays and Sundays are actually the worst times to visit this store. And it's not just because of the crowds. TJ Maxx's inventory is updated, restocked, and marked down in the middle of the week, especially on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. This is when employees quietly do what smart shoppers expect: change all price tags, rearrange products, and put brand new items on shelves, all untouched, undisturbed, and unstolen by other shoppers. Professional treasure hunters call this the golden hour at TJ Maxx. They don't come at their leisure. They come at strategic times. Many people wait for the doors to open on Tuesday mornings to be the first to browse the new clearance racks, get their hands on the latest arrivals, and snag a unique item before anyone else sees it. In contrast, weekends at TJ Maxx are like a consumer war zone. The shelves are cluttered, products are constantly tried on, sizes are out of stock, colors are off. Some items are slightly defective or missing accessories, and even the staff has no time to update or advise because of the overload of customers. Shopping feels tiring, stressful, and the real opportunity has been taken away from others since the beginning of the week. A Retail Insider survey, 2023, showed that midweek shoppers at TJ Maxx have a 26% higher satisfaction rate than weekend shoppers. They are more likely to find the right item, less likely to be fought over, and have more time to thoroughly inspect before deciding to spend money. Some seasoned shoppers even employ a highly effective tactic: seek on Monday, close on Tuesday. They'll walk around the store early in the week to spot potential deals, then come back the next morning when prices are officially updated. This works especially well for seasonal items like small furniture, winter coats, or holiday decorations. And if you really want to beat the system and shop at the right time, right price, right item, the first thing you need to change isn't your wallet, it's your schedule. Skipping a few hours of sleep on Tuesday morning can save you tens of dollars, avoid the regret of returning to find your dream item gone, and make you the one who's in charge of the shopping game instead of the one being manipulated. Because in the world of TJ Maxx, timing is power. Whoever has the timing wins. 4. Color codes on price tags. The secret code that TJ Maxx doesn't want you to know. If you've ever picked up an item at TJ Maxx and wondered why one item is $49 and another is $29, even though it's almost identical, you should start paying attention to the color of the price tag. Because at TJ Maxx, each color tag isn't just a design choice. It's a secret code that reveals the true value of the item you're about to buy. The white tag is the most common tag, representing the original price that TJ Maxx applies. This is usually a price cut from the market, but not the deepest discount. If you only see a white tag, it's possible that the item hasn't been on a major sale yet, or there's still plenty of stock left. The red tag is a sign that the item has been further discounted and is often the first step in the clearance cycle. This is when you can start considering buying if you see an item you like. But if you're patient, wait for the yellow label. The yellow label is a real treasure. This is the deepest discount TJ Maxx can offer. Products with the yellow label are usually old stock, slightly defective, or items that have gone through many sales but have not been sold yet. But many people have hunted for genuine branded items for only 1/5 of the original price thanks to that little yellow label. In addition to the 3 main colors, there are also blue and purple labels. Blue labels are often used for products sold in sets, such as bedding sets or pot sets. If you see a blue label, check to see if there are other items of the same type to make sure you don't miss out. The purple label is the most special product line of the Runway line. These are high-end items selected from major brands, sometimes catwalk items, samples, or limited fashion items. When you see a purple label, you are holding in your hands an item that could have been sold for 3 to 5 times the current price. Understanding this color coding system will not only save you money, but it will also make you a smarter shopper. Instead of being swayed by style or brand, you can read the message that TJ Maxx is sending through each color. That's an advantage that only those who know how to play the shopping game can have. 5. Gift cards can save you 80% more than a sale. While many people are rushing to find coupons, discount codes, or watch for flash sales, there is a less known but equally effective way to save money when shopping at TJ Maxx: using discounted gift cards. These gift cards can be used not only at TJ Maxx but also at the entire chain of affiliated stores such as Marshall's, HomeGoods, and Sierra. You can buy these gift cards for less than their actual value at reputable websites such as Gift Card Granny, Card Cash, or Sam's Club. For example, a $100 card can cost you only $85 to $90. That's 10 to 15% off before you even walk in the door, and if you combine it with a sale, a gold stamp, or a special deal, your savings can add up. Also, if you're a frequent holiday gift giver, instead of buying a specific item, give a TJ Maxx gift card so the recipient can choose what they want. It's convenient, safe, and you don't have to worry about spending a fortune if you get the card at a great price in advance. Another tip is to check to see if your bank or credit card company is running a cashback promotion on gift cards. Many credit cards offer 5% cashback on these types of purchases during the promotional quarter. That's another layer of savings without having to do much. The smart thing isn't about getting the cheapest deal, it's about optimizing every step of the spending process. And with the right gift card strategy, you're one step ahead of everyone else in the TJ Maxx shopping game. 6. TJ Maxx doesn't restock, it just rotates. One of the things that makes TJ Maxx unique, and also the most frustrating thing for shoppers, is its product rotation policy. Here, if you see an item you like but aren't sure you want to buy it right away, you'll probably never see it again. TJ Maxx doesn't operate on a stock and restock model like other major retail chains. They import in batches, in limited quantities, and when they run out, there will be no restock. This means that if you miss your chance, the item you like could disappear from the system forever. This creates a constant sense of urgency for shoppers. They are always pushed to make quick decisions. Buy or not, now or never. Many people hesitate for just a few hours, and when they come back, the item is gone. This is not only a business strategy but also an extremely powerful psychological tool. It puts customers in a state of FOMO, which means fear of missing out. And once you get caught up in this game, you will buy more, faster, and think less. Instead of ordering directly from brands, TJ Maxx mainly buys inventory, canceled orders, or slightly defective goods from manufacturers. Therefore, product consistency is almost non-existent. Even two TJ Maxx stores in the same area can have completely different product categories. This makes the shopping experience at TJ Maxx more like a treasure hunt than going to the supermarket. But because of that, if you are not decisive and alert, you will easily get caught up in an endless shopping spiral and eventually spend more money than you originally intended. So the lesson here is clear. If you see something that makes you stop, makes your heart flutter, and is priced right, don't hesitate. Buy it as soon as you can, because there's no going back for TJ Maxx items. 7. TJ Maxx bedding. The place that ruins your taste without realizing it. If you think TJ Maxx is a great place to buy cheap bedding and redecorate your bedroom, you may have stumbled upon one of the most chaotic areas of the store without even realizing it. The bedding section at TJ Maxx is filled with eye-catching products like duvet covers, pillowcases, and sheets with beautiful patterns and attractive prices. But when you start to choose and bring them home, you will realize something disappointing. None of the items really match. The duvet is one style, the pillowcase is another color, the bedspread is completely different. That's because TJ Maxx does not provide complete sets like traditional supermarkets. They sell each item separately, making it difficult for you to find a complete set that is consistent in material, pattern, color, or size. Today, you see a purple velvet pillowcase. Tomorrow, it's gone. The same patterned comforter is also completely gone, not on any shelves. Unlike IKEA or Bed Bath & Beyond, where you can pick up a matching bedding set in minutes, TJ Maxx forces shoppers to hunt down each item like they're piecing together a lost collection. One Texas shopper shared a story about how she bought a high-end duvet at TJ Maxx, then spent nearly a month trying to find a matching pillow in another branch, only to find it wasn't the same fabric when she got it home. The result was a bedroom that looked like a patchwork exhibition of leftovers rather than a thoughtfully designed living space. Some interior design experts have also spoken out about this issue, saying that this type of disjointed shopping creates an inconsistent experience and affects the feeling of relaxation in a personal space. A bedroom should be a place where the color and feel are consistent, but with products from TJ Maxx, that is almost impossible unless you have a lot of time and luck. What's even scarier is that many bedding products at TJ Maxx are limited edition, not re-imported. If you miss an item once, there's a high chance you'll never find it again. This causes many people to rush into buying without thinking, leading to the consequence of having to mix and match, accepting the mismatch and lack of harmony just because they bought a single item too early. And once you realize you've bought the wrong item, it's too late to return it, because TJ Maxx doesn't keep inventory, doesn't make custom orders, and doesn't support matching sets. You're solely responsible for that patchwork. The seemingly harmless bedding section is where many shoppers pay the price in disappointment. You think you're renovating your living space, but in fact, you're turning your bedroom into a warehouse of outdated and out-of-date items because you can't find a complete collection. And it's not just a matter of aesthetics, it's how TJ Maxx makes you buy things on impulse in a hurry and with regret after bringing them home. 8. The pet section, which seems to be a safe place, turns out to be a deadly risk. If there's one area in TJ Maxx that consumers have praised and trusted, it's the pet supply section. With prices much lower than specialty stores like PetSmart or Petco and attractive displays, many items such as pet beds, rubber toys, collars, or even food can easily be found in your shopping cart in just a few minutes. Customers often feel like they're getting good quality items at a bargain price. But behind the seemingly perfect appearance are truths that will make you shudder. Few people know that not all pet products at TJ Maxx are clearly inspected. As a general retail chain, TJ Maxx does not specialize in animal care products. That leads to the fact that many items in the pet section are imported through third parties, with no clear traceability. What's scary is that many products have been reported by consumers for containing toxic chemicals or materials that do not meet animal safety standards. One typical example is the incident in 2021 when a series of customers reported that their dogs vomited after chewing on a rubber toy purchased at TJ Maxx. The product had a strong chemical smell, but there were no warnings on the packaging. The product was then purchased and analyzed by an independent testing team from the Animal Wellness Foundation. The results showed that the toy contained phthalate residues that exceeded the safety limit. Phthalates are chemical plasticizers that can disrupt hormones and affect the liver and kidneys of both humans and animals with long-term exposure. Not stopping there, a 2022 report from Consumer Safety Watch also listed TJ Maxx as one of the chains with the highest rate of pet product complaints among non-specialized retailers. The main reason is that the products do not have clear labels of origin, are not USDA certified, or are not independently tested by reputable veterinary organizations. Some small toys are fragile. When chewed by dogs, they will create sharp pieces, easily causing choking or gastrointestinal damage, but these warnings are completely absent from the packaging. Another problem is the pet food and snacks at TJ Maxx. Although they appear to be clearly listed about flavors and ingredients, most of these products are either expired or have been returned from other retail systems. According to a former TJX warehouse employee in Ohio, many batches of pet food were delivered to stores that were past their expiration dates, had torn packaging, or showed signs of moisture contamination, but were still resealed and sold under clearance labels. In addition, some dog treats, such as dog treats, may contain ingredients that are not appropriate for a particular breed, age, or health condition. A report from the ASPCA said that in 2023, at least 34 pet poisonings were identified as being caused by the consumption of foods of unknown origin from general retail chains such as TJ Maxx and Ross Dress for Less. On the customer side, the general mentality is to trust because the product is professionally packaged, cheap, and displayed in a separate area for pets, so they think it has been inspected. But the truth is that very few of them actually go through a rigorous inspection process. There is no quality guarantee from TJ Maxx, and they are not responsible if the products harm your pet. The legal terms state that customers buy pet products here at their own risk. The risk does not stop with the products, but also comes from the lack of professional knowledge of the staff. The staff at TJ Maxx are not trained in animal care. They cannot advise which item is suitable for small dogs, large dogs, or dogs with sensitive stomachs. A customer in California once asked the staff about the difference between two types of dog bones and received the answer, "Just buy the cheaper one, they look the same." That is not the answer you want to hear when your pet's health is on the line. So the question is, should you buy pet products at TJ Maxx? The answer's not a definite no, but you have to be very careful. Check labels, check the origin, read expiration dates, and especially avoid products that do not have safety certification from organizations such as the USDA, FDA, or veterinary associations. If possible, prioritize specialty stores where you can get specific advice and products are more closely monitored. 9. Don't believe the clearance discount board. This is a psychological trap that has ruined millions of consumers. Many people see the clearance section of TJ Maxx as a real treasure hunt, with a series of products with red or yellow labels at unbelievable discounts. But the truth is that the clearance section does not always bring real value. In fact, it can be a place with many defective products, returned products, missing labels, or even used goods that have been repackaged and sold cheaply. A Michigan customer once bought an electric blanket at a 70% discount from clearance. But when he got home, the cord was exposed, the packaging was taped shut with clear tape, and the safety warning label was missing. The product was nearly unusable and was not inspected at all after it was returned. This is not an isolated incident. Many consumers have shared on forums that clearance items at TJ Maxx are often stacked carelessly, prone to damage, missing sizes, or have torn packaging without any notice. Meanwhile, TJ Maxx's online clearance section is rated higher. Here, you can filter by size, color, type of item, and compare prices more easily. Many of the discounts are really good, and the condition of the items is also described more clearly. You can even combine it with a free shipping code to optimize costs. So, if you want to shop for a discount at TJ Maxx, the online section may be a safer and smarter choice. 10. Can you haggle at TJ Maxx? Yes, but only if you know these secrets. A little-known fact is that you can negotiate prices at TJ Maxx, especially on items labeled irregular or with minor flaws. These are items that may have a slight scratch, a misaligned stitch, or a small chip in the wood. These minor flaws may not affect the functionality of the item, but they can give you an opportunity to shave an additional 10 to 20% off the list price if you know how to ask. A New Jersey customer reported that she found a beautiful ceramic lamp with a small crack in the base. She took it to the checkout counter and politely asked if she could discount the defect. The clerk checked it out and immediately called the manager, who, after taking a look, decided to reduce the price by 15%. She saved nearly $10 on an item whose defect was almost unnoticeable. The key to effective negotiation is attitude. Don't be loud. Don't make unreasonable demands. Show that you are a serious buyer, find real defects, and make reasonable requests. In many cases, the staff will not refuse if you are polite and specific. However, it should be noted that this policy does not apply to all products and depends a lot on the store, the shift manager, and the level of defect. If you are a smart consumer, do not miss this small opportunity to save. Because with the same item, the same brand, you can pay less than others just by asking a simple question. Can you give a discount because this item has a slight defect? After all the truths have been exposed, from the brand name is just a cover, virtual comparison prices to the potential risks in the pet section, or the clearance items full of traps, TJ Maxx is no longer the cheap shopping paradise you once thought. Sophisticated marketing tricks and psychological strategies that target consumers' weaknesses have caused many people to fall into traps, buying items that seem to be bargains but end up paying a high price in terms of quality, health, and trust. Understanding how it works, the color codes, when to shop, and the return policy is the key to avoiding becoming the next victim. Don't let the external appeal and cheap prices fool you. Be a smart consumer, choose carefully, and always ask questions before swiping your card to pay. And finally, it must be made clear, the information in this video is compiled by us from reputable reports, independent investigations, as well as actual sharing from consumers and some personal opinions. All content is for reference and analysis purposes only and does not represent the absolute truth. Before you buy, you should do your research, check the label, check the product origin and read the ingredients, warranty conditions or usage recommendations carefully to make the safest and most informed choice. What do you think about this issue? Leave your opinion in the comments section and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next analysis.